Alright guys, so this is an introduction to basic booleaning today. So I'm not going to try to do it in scale, I'm just going to kind of go freehand, if you will. So I already have a cube that represents maybe my stool. So I am going to actually make a copy of it. And you guys should already know what I'm hitting by now. Right, so one, I made a copy of it, and the other, I just scaled using one of the scale grips to get the base. And I guess I'll just go to the top view here at this point, and then I'll create a rectangular box, roughly, and I won't do it in scale. So let's see how big I made it. Okay, so I made it about yay big. So I'm going to go to my front. And oh, that's really short and stubby, so I'm gonna make my legs a little bit longer, about like that long, I guess. I'll move the whole thing up on top of my table, right, because that's my tabletop. And then I'll jam this down, and I'll leave it kind of floating like this, because this is, for me, when I render this, that little gap's gonna give me a shadow line and all that other good stuff. And then this, I'm going to type move command so that I can snap. I'm going to take on my O snap and go to, let me see, vert. So I'll snap that back to that so that I have it perfectly lined up. And there you go, right? So then I'm going to go to my top view here, and I'm going to make a copy of it. Hit Alt, make a copy of it, hit Alt, make a copy of it. Alt, and go to my move. The reason why I go to the move command instead of the gumball, because if I go to move command, it allows me to snap to my points, right? So actually I'm going to go to endpoint or something. So I can go to endpoint, snap to that, and then push enter again, which will get me my last command, like that, enter, like that. So, oh, shucks, okay. That's a good one. That's cool. It happens. So here, this is a good example here, like what we talked about. I'm in the move command because you see how my arrow changed a little bit, right? Because my last command's there, and so I'm hitting enter to get to that command. So I'm selecting this, but right, oh, it did it, damn it. I'm going to be kind of ambiguous here. Now it's not doing it. Yeah, I'm going to be like right there. Ah, okay. Well, it's asking like, hey, do you want the big box or do you want the other extrusion? So if I go down here and hit that, you see how that highlights? So it's asking me like, which one do you want? Because I'm not quite sure which one you want. So obviously I want that one, so I click and then enter to say I'm done selecting. I can take that point, snap it to that point. So sometimes it's actually obviously easier to do it in 3D. Go back to my move command. I want that extrusion, maybe I want that extrusion, enter, grab that point, and snap it to that point. So now I have my little cube, and this is where Daniel's question in the morning, how do I combine all of these things together so that it looks clean? The Boolean, I think I kind of described it, but this is where you join primary objects together, all right? So it's like math, 1 + 1 is 2, same thing. So I go there, and it's asking me select surfaces or polysurface to union or to join them together. So I'm going to select that, 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 and that. As long as they're touching each other and it's fairly clean, it should join. So I'm going to enter, and then now they're all joined together. So let me give you an example what that looks like. So now I'm going to go ahead and select this and explode them. And if I delete the top, you see how you have a hole through that? Like it was all one piece, one shell, one watertight shell. Another, I'm going to undo. Another like really handy dandy thing, like if some of you guys have type A personalities and you're like, hey Song, I want to get rid of that line because that line shouldn't be there, right? Technically it should all be one surface. It is one surface, but because how we created it, that is called the ISO line. It just shows up. But if it really bothers you, and sometimes it does bother me too, you could get rid of that. But the only way you can get rid of it is if the two surfaces are absolutely perfect. If they're even slightly off, it won't do it. But the command is called merge all faces is the command. Merge all faces is command, because that's a face, right? And that's a face, and I'm asking it to merge those two faces together. So I select, oh wait a minute, oh this was still exploded, sorry, hold up, I gotta, this actually became a good demo. I have to join them together, because Rhino needs to know that they're all connected, because I had exploded earlier. And so I'll go back to merge all faces. So it's going to merge this face and that face if they're what we call coplanar. It's a fancy word, but it means it's on the same plane. All right. Well, there you go. So now you can see that it's all truly one piece. It was already one piece when you joined them, but now visually it's also looking like all one piece. All right. So that's what that is. But this and that, in effect, is really the same thing. I mean, tit for tat, everything, no, it's not, but in a sense, it's really the same geometry. Yeah, and then at this point, yeah, I could explode it again, which you guys are going to do a lot of. If I get rid of that, you can see that it's all here. And then if I also get rid of that, you can see they're all welded and seamless together, right? It's pretty beautiful thing. And then I can just join that together. Join. Okay, so I think